Good morning.
Good morning.
It is morning. Yeah, it still is morning.
It's still morning.
And we're a day earlier than usual, too.
We are. Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. I didn't know
what you were going to say.
I know.
Must love something.
Wait, what is she talking about? We are recording on Wednesday.
We are.
A day earlier. Our normal record day is Thursday afternoons.
Yeah.
So we're fitting this in for y'all.
Yes, it is all my fault because I'm going away. So.
It's about time it's your fault. It's usually my fault.
Yeah, but yours is usually not for something fun. Yours is usually for court.
Work. Other work. The other work. So, so we're recording early, a day early. The podcast is still going to post at the same time, so you would not even know until you're watching this segment, and we just outed ourselves for recording early.
That's right.
So
it's September 13th?
It is the 13th today.
13th today.
And the store's closed right now, so there won't be any customers walking around.
And we're in a new location because we figured since the store was closed, it was kind of fun. We'd switch it up and play around with it. So this is our local yarns wall behind us, which there's some really cool stuff. We've got a lot of natural colored wool and some dyed stuff too.
Which you all saw when you all watched the store tour.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you want a bigger view of this wall, because this is only sort of a section, take a look at the store tour, which was our bonus episode a few weeks ago when we knew I was going to be camping.
Right.
See, I was doing something fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, not court. So that's a good thing.
So this is episode 56,
I
which
can't
is
believe that.
amazing.
I know.
And super cool. And you can find the store, Must Love Yarn, out on all social media platforms.
I'm just going to let you do all the
That's
talking.
fine. Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, World Wide Web. Must Love Yarn everywhere.
I know. That's very cool that we got that. And I'm Kelly, by the way.
And I'm Angela.
And you can find me on social media. I'm most active on Instagram and a little bit on Ravelry too. I put all my projects on there, so you can find them in our show notes. But I'm on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and I'm on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And I am on Ravelry and Instagram, both as Junior Bird Kid, which is like a screen name I've had for ages.
Right. So. I think you finally explained it in one of our episodes.
You know what? I don't remember. So this is as good of a day as any to explain that screen name. So when I was in college, I actually have a biology degree. And for those of you who are new, I am a lawyer by trade, so that's why that might be a little weird. And I was very much into bird watching. And so I went out to create a Yahoo account. So this will tell you like how old this is.
Right?
Yahoo!
Yeah.
Which I still have. I use it for all of my online shopping.
Yeah, I've got a Yahoo account too.
Spam mail goes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to actually make it Bird Kid, but somebody had already taken Bird Kid. So I had to settle on Junior Bird Kid, and it's just kind of stuck. So I just have used it.
That's funny. It's like one of those things. For the longest time, I had one because I was doing a lot of French classes, and I really I loved my French teacher, and so my degree is in animal science, and I was really big into horses. My specialization was equine reproduction. So for a long time, a lot of my usernames were Moncheval, Moncheval, which means horse.
Nice.
My horse. So that was mine for a long time, but I've kind of let most of those go. So
I have not let go of the Junior Bird Kid. So this harks back to my days when I was still trying to be incognito on the World Wide Web. So when I signed up for Ravelry, like I didn't really want it linked to my personal information, and so I kept using that screen name. I think there's an old Flickr account under that name. Like if you Google search Junior Bird Kid, like my random stuff will come up. And now with the podcast and all this stuff, like, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys can all find me. There's
Right.
no hiding. No hiding.
No.
So, anyway.
No.
And I just have continued to use it because why not?
Yes, exactly. What was I going to say? Oh, thank you to all of our returning viewers.
Yes,
we usually do this at the end. I know.
Yeah.
And if you're a new viewer, thank you for checking us out. We hope you like our episode or podcast.
But we also get that we're not for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody's different. You've got the world would not be interesting.
That's right.
If we didn't have likes and dislikes in this world. So
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you like us, feel free to subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube, the subscribe button is down below here. And iTunes, we are on iTunes now, so feel free, if you do like what you see, to subscribe on there, and you'll automatically get the updates when the new episodes go out.
When I do it. So it's a 2-step process, just so you folks know. If YouTube will always be loaded first, because not to get too much into the nitty-gritty of what happens, the behind-the-scenes exciting stuff. It's kind of like sausage. You just like eating it, but you don't really want to know what goes into making it. I upload our podcast to YouTube, and because I'm on a Mac-based system, I then have to re-download it, so it's in an MP4 fashion, and then I compress it, because the way iTunes works, it causes your aggregator to download. Like, if it's not compressed, then it's a giant file, like gigabyte file, and so it takes a really long time and doesn't work well. So I have to compress it. And
then if you guys want to download them too, it makes the file much smaller so that you're not overwhelming your system.
And the compressing part takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how long the episode is.
Yeah.
And then I've got to re-upload it into the iTunes system. So it's like a multi-step process, and one of these days I'll figure out how to make it more streamlined, but until that happens, that's the process. So it'll always go up first on YouTube, and then iTunes people later in the day, most likely, depending on what my schedule's like.
Right.
And it might be early the following next week, so sorry about that, but it's just the way the world works.
That it is.
Yeah. So I have one knit thing that I'm wearing that I made.
Yes, you do. I am not wearing any knit things today because I was feeling kind of hot this morning. I've been running around trying to get ready for heading out of town, and so I did not. But yours is a new FO
I
too.
know. Guys, look, I
It's
finished the
beautiful.
clockwork shell. It's not blacked.
So you used the Skein of Thrones from Legacy Fiber Arts, and that is the Winterfell colorway?
It is Winterfell.
And then you used Malabrigo
Malabrigo.
sock.
Yep.
And I forget the
This
colorway.
colorway, I don't know. I've been calling it mint chocolate chip, but that's not its actual name. It's on my project page, which is linked in the show notes.
Yeah.
To the actual colorway, and they just go very well together.
They really
do. I like it. It's a great sort of lightweight, squishy shawl. It's mostly garter stitch, very straightforward knit.
It's awesome. I love it.
Thank you. It's definitely out of my normal color palette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be for me too. I love pastels, but I don't really wear a lot
I think
of them.
it works. I think
I do too.
I think I can do it.
I
think
absolutely
this
do
color,
too.
I can do
Well,
these
with the
colors.
grays in there
Yeah,
too, it's so
and a
pretty, and
little
I'll
bit
go
of
with a lot.
pinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tend to wear a lot of like black and dark colors, so this shirt's kind of a purple and this is a brown. I don't know what's going on with my wardrobe. Whatever.
It was a convenience day.
Yeah,
Whatever
it
was clean, man.
There's a little bit of that going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
So I am super excited that this shawl is done, because that means I can start on some other things.
Good for you. I did not finish anything, so I have to show you guys this, because I was feeling a little bit, and I know a lot of people have been going through this lately. I was feeling a little overwhelmed with all of my works in progress that I had going on. So I decided, I'm a list maker, and I seriously, I need lists.
Did it make you more depressed when you did your list, though?
Briefly, but then not really, because then, like, once I have a list, I feel organized, and I feel like I can, like, if I have something that I can cross off,
Yeah.
then it's really helpful for me. Even sometimes this is ridiculous. I'll go back and I'll put things on a list just so I can cross them off.
I've done that. Or things I know, like, really I don't need to put this on the list, but I need a couple of things that I can cross off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm such a list maker. So what I did is I went through all of my whips on Ravelry.
Yeah.
And there were a few that I was like, I'm never going to finish this. And I actually just, I put it in, I think I put it in the little hibernating thing for now, and until I can take some time to actually, deal with them and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Or mark them as frogging or something that I was going to frog it. So I have a whole big long list. And yes, it's color coded. I did it in Excel. I love Excel.
Awesome.
And so I've got my high priority works in progress here. So these are ones that most of them are really, really close to being done, or they're ones that I really want to finish because I know I'd enjoy wearing them. I know I'd enjoy having them finished. And some of them are really close to being done. And then I have my medium priority list of things, and then my lower priority. And some of those are like summer projects that I haven't finished, and now that we're going into fall, I'm not going to worry about those as much until spring. And so I'll give you a closer look. Yes, there are lots of whips on there, I know. I don't feel that bad about it, though, because for me, I really just enjoy the process of knitting. So it is what it is, and now that I have this list, I'm feeling more energized to get them done. So yeah, I think this is going to be helpful for me. And
good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I have no FOs this week, but that was something that'll help me get towards more FOs, because there's so many things that are so close to being done.
Yeah.
With a week or two on working on them, I know I can just get them off the needles.
Exactly.
So I need to get them off the needles, get organized, and
So I was hoping that I was going to be able to report and insert a picture of the Dancing Bears sweater with the ribbon and the buttons and tell you it was on the way to the recipient, and that's all well and good, but
oh no.
Ribbon. Always with the ribbon.
Oh.
I had beautiful rainbow ribbon. I thought this is going to be great. I don't have to buy anything. I got my buttons. We're all good. The ribbon is 5/8 inch. Oh. I really need 3/8 inch. I even tried. I took it out of the package and stretching the button band and I was like, you know what? Nope. If you do this, it's not, you're going to stretch it too much. It's not going to look good.
Yeah.
And you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
So I did stop in at Joann's first. Well, not actually. I ordered ribbon on Etsy first. But I did pop into Joann's just to see if they had anything to try to wrap it up so I could show it today. Nothing that was going to work. So I do have some fun rainbow ribbon coming from Etsy. And hopefully that will be the end of it. Yeah. So I might actually have the sweater next week to show in person.
Nice. Before
it gets shipped off.
Nice.
So that's still kind of hanging out there.
Yeah.
Which is a little frustrating, but it is what it is.
And it won't take too long.
No, because it's a tiny little short piece, because it's just those 3 stitches. And a part of me was like, I'm just going to forego the ribbon. But it really helps give so much structure to those button bands.
Yeah.
And particularly on a baby, when you know you're going to be wailing on those buttons, I don't want the buttons popping off. And that's what's going to happen. They'll pull through or they'll pop out.
Are they back buttons or are they front buttons? Because there's 3 of them, right?
Yeah, it's reversible. It can go either way.
You can do either.
Yeah. So if they decided to put them on the front, then you definitely want to make sure they're super secure.
Yeah. Yeah, just so that they don't ingest the button.
Exactly, because that would be bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Very bad. So that's so that one's still kind of out there in limbo land, but I'm hoping to, as soon as I get that ribbon, I'll be able to get it done. So I'm just waiting on the ribbon.
Well.
Yeah.
We already talked about what you're wearing.
We've some picks of the week.
We do have picks of the week. So before we get into works in progress, although I'll let Ange do her pick. Well, they're both now whips. So our picks of the week this week are both things that we're going to be working on. So that'll actually segue nicely into works in progress. So if you haven't seen last week's episode, we decided we were going to do picks of the week. So every week we're going to pick something that we want to share with you guys, whether it is knitting related, cooking related, whatnot, book related. It could be kind of anything.
Yep.
But if it is something related to products we have in the store, we're going to be offering a 10% discount code.
Yep.
And all the information for that can be found in show notes. This week, we're showing 2 different yarns that will be part of the picks of the week. And we will do, what do you want to do for a discount code this week?
Why don't we do the same style that we did last week? So it would be weekly pick 56.
Yeah.
And the coupon code will be good for 2 weeks in the shop. Online shop only. So if you're local and you want to take advantage of the discount, please order things online and choose in-store pickup. It's just the easiest way for us to not only track but also manage this. We have multiple people that work in the store, and it's just too difficult for them to try to keep track of all these things.
Yeah. So, so I will, since Angie's been talking a lot, I'll give her a little break. So my pick of the week this week is for a brand new pattern that just came out. It was just released, and this is actually going to play into a giveaway that we're going to do too.
Yeah.
So my pick of the week is for this gorgeous new cowl that Larissa from Green Mountain Spinnery designed. It just came out, and she was kind enough to gift this pattern to us so we can knit it up. So I'm knitting a sample up right now. It's going to be for me and for the store because that's kind of how we do things.
Yep.
And she's also good enough, she's so sweet, to give us a copy to give away to you guys.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is...
this is like a double
I know,
giveaway.
This is like, it is. So you get money off the yarn, and you can have a chance to win the pattern. So the pattern is available on Ravelry, so if you don't win the free copy that we are giving away, you can go to Ravelry and buy it there, or you can buy it through, we're part of the Ravelry in-store program. You can come in here and we can buy it on your behalf, drop it into your Ravelry library, send you an email of it, and then print you a copy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's great. It's a great program that Ravelry does. So here's how you enter to win the free copy of this pattern. Go to our Ravelry page, our forum, and that's where you can.
Oops.
Or if we have motion sensor lights and they just decide to go off.
Because nobody's over there moving.
Right. So I'll just be a little dark on this side, but that's fine.
Until this set goes, well, we're still moving over here.
Yeah, we're moving over here. So what we're going to have you do is this pattern, the flat iron cowl, is knit either using, the original was knit using the Green Mountain Spinnery Green Mountain Green. It's not a yarn that we currently stock, but you can also use the Mountain Mohair, which we do stock, or the Weekend Wool, which is another one we don't stock. So what we want you to do for your chance to win this is either go to our website, and we'll provide all the links in our show notes. Go to our website and look at the colors of Mountain Mohair, or go to Green Mountain Spinnery and look at the colors of the Green Mountain Green, the Mountain Mohair, or the Weekend Wool, and tell us what color you would choose to knit this pattern out of. And then, so just go to Ravelry, and I'll have a link set up there, and a thread, and just in that thread just tell us what colorway you would use and which of the 3 different wools you would use.
And should we leave that open for the same like 2 weeks that we would the sale for the pick of the week? So, so you have 2 weeks from Friday the 15th, so that would take us to the 28th, 29th? 29th, I think.
Do we want to do 2 weeks for this though? Because then they'd still, if they want to use mountain mohair, they could get.
I mean, they just wouldn't be able to necessarily start the project. They could still order the yarn.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true.
then wait and see if they got the pattern for free.
Yeah, and that'll allow more people. So I know not everybody can watch our podcast right away. So it'll give you a chance to for more people to see it and
That's
enter.
kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, that works for me. So it's a great pattern. It's knit with a pretty good size gauge because it's a worsted to Aran weight yarn, and I have already started mine.
Nice.
I got the pattern on Monday and cast on promptly.
Fantastic. So the mountain mohair is going to be one of the picks of the week that people could get.
That's
the discount?
correct.
Awesome.
So the mountain mohair, where's my extra skein so I can show you? Here it is. So this is the mountain mohair. It is a wool mohair blend. It is, let's see if I can tell you, 30% yearling mohair and 70% wool, and it's 100% North American fiber. So all of this yarn comes from North America, which is kind of cool.
Awesome.
And it's obviously spun at Green Mountain Spinnery down in Putney, Vermont. And they're a great company. Larissa and Maureen we've worked with, and they came up for the trunk show.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic.
Yeah.
We love
we'll
both
see
of them.
at Vermont Sheep and Wool.
And I get to go and see them tomorrow.
Yes!
I'm going to go on a tour of the mill tomorrow.
Awesome.
On my way down through to the Webb's Retreat. So, but I've got to connect with them. I've got to give them a call or drop them a line.
Fun.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun.
So maybe look for those pictures on our Instagram account if Kelly's going to take some pictures.
Yeah, I'll take a bunch of pictures while I'm there if I have my act together.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry this is a little disjointed. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. But the mountain mohair, I will put a link, is going to be for the weekly pick 56 coupon code, one of them, and I'm just going to show the other one in just a minute. But this is it's a great yarn. This is the colorway that I chose. It's like this really pretty golden color with red undertones, and it's called Spice.
Nice.
And I believe it takes about 4 skeins of this particular yarn. It's actually 3.5 if you go by yardage, but 4 skeins for the purposes of knitting the pattern.
Nice.
And I'm not terribly sensitive to wool. I don't think it's particularly scratchy, and the mohair softens it up. The Green Mountain Green has even more mohair in it. I think it's a 40% mohair and 60% wool. And but it is a little bit more rustic than like your average superwash wool, which is going to be really smooth, or merino wool or something like that. But I really like it. It's super warm, and the colors are just so lovely that they do, because it has kind of like a heathered look to it. Nice. I really, really like these. So I love this color. It's been kind of the color I've been gravitating towards this fall.
I like me in purple.
So Larissa did say because she knit this in the Green Mountain Green, it's a little bit heavier than the mountain mohair.
Okay.
So she's like, definitely make sure you do a swatch, and obviously if you want it to come out to the same size, something like a cowl, you don't always have to worry as much, but you don't want it so tight or so
small.
huge.
Yeah.
But I did, so she gives gauge in both stockinette and over the lace pattern, so I just did stockinette for the ease of it. And I actually, with the size needle she recommended, I got gauge exactly with the mountain mohair, so she must knit tighter than I do. She's like, Ange. So it worked out really well for me. And so as soon as I got the gauge swatch done, I cast on immediately, and I'm not very far, so it's not going to really look like a whole lot. But I started the chart pattern, and you can see I'm starting to get the little points. There's a little point because of the lace pattern. I'll show this to you guys again. You can see that down along the bottom you get the points because of the way the lace pattern is. So this is really gorgeous, and I love big kind of shoulder cozy, bigger cowls that you can wear down over your shoulders, but it still leaves your arms nice and free. Or you can really scrunch them up and wear them like a cowl. So I really like pieces like this. So as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. So that's my pick of the week, the Flat Iron Cowl by Larissa from Green Mountain Spinnery, and the Mountain Mohair yarn to go with it. So, and also don't forget to enter to win a free copy of that pattern that Larissa provided for us. And then when we pick the winner, we're going to send your information along to Larissa, and she'll send you a copy of the pattern.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
It's great. Yeah. It's really awesome.
So we're over to my pick of the week. I came in this morning and I was all prepared. I was all excited. I had this great hat. It was free, knit on bulky yarn. I thought, perfect. Giant pom-pom on the top, because that's totally working for me. And I started looking at the details and I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. It called for a bulky yarn. The needles and the cast-on stitches, there was no way that was actually a bulky yarn.
Yeah.
So something was clearly lost in the translation, and I figured I just did not want to send all of you off to do this pattern that wasn't going to work well. So I had to switch gears a little bit. I'm still sticking with the bulky yarn and cable-y hat because it would work for the cable along, and it's just
a quick knit,
something that's not going to take a huge amount of yarn. That's going to be relatively budget friendly. So I have picked, our lights came back on, the Northward hat by Tin Can Knits.
I love their patterns.
Their patterns are great, and it's a pretty straightforward little beanie. You can definitely make it longer if you wanted. Knit on bulky yarn, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, which is also nice. And I am choosing to make my pattern out of the Arlington, which we talked about, Kelly showed last week, with the capelet.
Yeah, that I was wearing.
Yeah. But I thought this would be a great yarn to just knit up into this hat. So the Arlington is a fine merino alpaca acrylic blend. So it's going to get a little fuzzy. It's going to have a little bit of a halo, and it'll soften these cables a little bit.
Yeah, there won't be quite as much definition.
Quite as sticking out there, but that's okay. And I'm on the pom pom, so I'm gonna add a pom pom to this bad boy. These pop off.
Yeah, they're cool. They have snaps on them.
So this pom pom, this white with a little black, is going to go on the top of my pattern.
So these are really cool pom-poms that we got on. They're from, if you guys are familiar with online, they make sock yarn, but we just got these in. They're actually acrylic, but they are one of the nicer acrylic pom-poms
really cool
that I've ever seen. I actually, I showed you the Legacy Fiber Arts in the Mare colorway that I got in a DK weight. I actually got this color pom-pom to go with that, so it's going to pull out the kind of rusty red tones, and I think it's going to be so cute on that. And they have snaps and they just snap on and off. So if you want to wash your hat, then you just
take the pom-pom off.
Yep, which is really nice.
Fantastic. So I am making the pom-poms part of my pick of the week.
Cool.
So it will be included in the coupon code.
All right.
So if you want the pom-pom to go with your hat, knock yourself out, or not, because the pattern doesn't actually call for a pom-pom, but I'm so doing pom-pom. If my math is correct, and please check my math, you would need 2 skeins of the Arlington to make this hat. It retails for $9.50 a skein, so it's a very affordable hat project. So that's my pick of the week. I did bring the entire basket over to show colors. It comes in a bunch, 10 different colors, I think.
Yeah.
So we've got...
I think it comes in even more than that,
yeah,
but that's what
we have
stock
10.
at.
A nice natural, nice brown, a nice lighter brown. We have like 3 shades of gray in here. I was very tempted. There's 2 of them.
Of course, you know which color I'm going to gravitate towards.
Yeah, I know. There's that middle gray. There's a nice rusty red for Kelly right there. A more like magenta-y.
That's really pretty too.
That one is super nice. I probably would have done a purple if we had a purple.
Mm-hmm.
We have this nice like kind of lighter blue, and then we have this darker kind of teal color that I'm working on. So those are included in our pick of the week this week for the Northward hat by Tin Can Knits.
Nice.
Yeah. So, works for the cable along too, if you're looking for something for the cable along. Plus a pom-pom. How can you go wrong with pom-poms? Pom-pom.
I keep doing too many double crochets.
Oh.
I just get a little crazy with my double crochets here.
So, I've started this. See, this is fast. I just cast this on
this morning.
Right before we started podcasting.
You gotta love the bulky yarns.
Yeah.
They go so quickly, and hats in general for me go really quickly too.
Yeah.
So.
Though I am going to have to put this down soon because I'm going to be at the point where I have to change needles. And
okay.
I just don't want to have to do that, and I think I'm probably already there. Maybe one more row of ribbing. So
that's one of your new whips. I showed you
Yep.
mine, the flat iron cowl that I'm doing in the mountain mohair. I'm actually working on another one of mine right now. This is a baby blanket that I'm making for a friend of mine.
nice.
And it's really fun. It's just a big granny square blanket. So I'm going to do it 36 by 36, which I think will be a nice size. And if they want to use it just as a play mat on the floor, they can.
Yeah.
So this is using the Katia paint yarn, which comes in skeins like this. And I don't have the ball band for this, so I don't remember which colorway it is. But it's in my show. It's in my show notes. It's on my Ravelry page, which will be on the show notes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna have some of this left over, which I might make a little sweater to go with it, a little matching sweater or something. Maybe a little Milo. That would be really cute.
Milos are super cute.
But I love this. I love the way it's knitting up. It's so bright and fun, and it's just. I just really, really like it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I know I kind of want to keep it, but I'm not going to. Just keep on making it bigger.
You could make another one.
I could for sure. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and crochet is so quick for blankets and stuff. So this won't be too much longer. I was hoping that I'd have it done for today, but not quite.
Yeah, close. I mean, I really spent a lot of extra time working on this shawl to get it done because I was so close, and I was like, I just have to get this done.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it's off the needles, then I have more time to focus on some of these other. So this one now, and we'll see if I can get this done for next week's podcast. I might be able to.
Yeah.
On bulky yarn, a hat, though I've got a couple other things that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So I'm chucking along on these mittens. So I finished one mitten, so here's the cuff on number
Oh, cool.
2.
Nice.
And I got to the point where I needed to switch needles again, so I had to kind of set it aside.
Yeah.
But I also
So you have a half-finished object?
kind of, I haven't done the thumb yet.
Yeah. That's usually.
I was going to save the thumbs for the end.
It's usually what I do too.
So I
That's cute.
I need to seam the Kitchener, the top part.
Yeah.
But and then I need to do the thumb.
That's really cute.
Finish the thumb and weave in ends. But it was pretty quick, and so that's what it looks like on my little thumb. Super fun. So this was using the bobble hat pattern and notes from somebody's project page about the mittens.
Did you use the wool stock, the blue sky?
Yep. This is all knit out of wool stock, with the exception of the black, which was just, I think it's some Liberty wool that I had hanging around, worsted weight yarn. And I will have a lot of yarn left over. So the 50-gram skein, you know, to the cuff, I've only got a few more rounds of the green to go, and I've still got a pretty good chunk of
you do.
yarn. So I may end up making another pair,
Mm-hmm.
or something else, maybe an actual bobble hat. Though we already have one for a shop sample, but maybe I want one for myself.
There you go. They're really super cute.
They are super cute. So, or, you know, suggestions. Throw me some suggestions for worsted weight, quick little projects I can use that yarn out of.
Nice.
So, if I really get my act together, I might be able to finish those and this hat. And you are all laughing at me right now. I know, because I say that every week, and then I come in with either something else or, like, life happens.
Yeah, life does happen. So the only other thing that I've been working on is I showed you last week one of my pieces of homework for the Webs retreat that I'm doing, and that was for a steeking class that I'm doing with Franklin Habit. And another class that I'm doing is Susan B. Anderson class, and it's her sheep class.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys have seen the little stuffed sheep.
Yeah,
so
she's super cute.
Yeah, she's really known for her her stuffies that she does. She does some really cute little stuffed animals, and so I had to do the belly of the sheep.
Nice.
So that's the belly of the sheep. So that's done, and then I just had to sit here on my needle and wait until class. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So yeah, I'm heading down and losing my voice. Heading down tomorrow, which is Thursday, and the classes are Friday and Saturday, and we get some cool times to wander around Webs and some talks at lunch.
Yarn espionage.
Yeah, the yarn espionage, right? I'm not going to be shy, though, because I'll have I always take a water bottle everywhere.
Have your Must Love Yarn.
I'll have my Must Love Yarn water bottle. I thought about taking my Must Love Yarn tote, but I don't want to be like,
you don't want to be that person.
yeah, I don't want to be like that outwardly. You know, I've already got my Must Love Yarn tape measure and my Must Love Yarn ruler that I'll be using during class. So, you know, I don't want to be rude. And it's not intended to be rude. It's just
no. We have our own branding.
We do, and it's the stuff that I have. I have a big tote bag and stuff, but I've got the tote bag that I have, this Must Love Yarn one, doesn't have a zipper on the top, and I love having a zipper on top because I end up throwing stuff. I have this really cool big Dansko bag. So I used to work for a tack store, and we sold, I don't know if any of you are equestrians or not, but a lot of equestrians have clogs that they, you know, after they get done riding, they'll throw on their clogs, take off their riding boots and throw on their clogs. So we actually sold Danskos, and then Dansko actually got into making paddock boots for a little while. They don't make those anymore. But the sales rep, we got all kinds of free swag from them.
Yeah.
And so I got this bag, and it's a really super heavy canvas, and it's got the nice big zipper on top, which I love. Because then I can just zip it and throw it in my car.
Check it in the bag. You don't worry about your little bags falling out.
Exactly. So all these little, look at these. I should show these.
So cute.
These are ones that my mom made. So I've got more of these to give away as prizes. We gave some away already as prizes. But my mom made those
super
little.
Cute.
And they're nice because you can actually just loop them over your arm. And so if you're standing in line for something, you know, you can just stand there and hold it and knit from it, which are really nice. And so they'll hold, you know, a smaller project, but I love them. They're great, and they have a little pocket on the front. So I always usually keep like a tape measure and some scissors or some stitch markers, something, you know, stuff that you need.
Yeah.
For most
and
projects.
And can never find.
Yeah.
Because they're in my knitting bag somewhere, and I can't remember which project bag they're in.
I finally got somewhat organized, and I put most of my stuff in one of these little pouch things. These are from the Chica line that we have, and I think they might be going out of business. I don't know for sure, but their manufacturer just closed their doors, so they don't have a manufacturer right now.
That's not good.
So these may not be things that we're going to be able to get anymore, but there's a lot of great indie sewers out there that are doing things similar to this. Your bacon bag with
the Darn Yarn
MN.
Chelsea.
Yeah, so so even one of her bags that has the front, because I love being able to
The
see
peekaboo.
all of my stuff. So I've got, highlighter tape, I've got little pair of scissors, I've got my my muscle of yarn measuring tape, I've got all kinds of stitch markers in here. I've got some reinforcing threads and tapestry needles and all kinds of stuff like that. So I love being able to see
tape,
it.
all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's good stuff to have.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, that's all. That's all I've been working on.
I have one more.
All right.
Because as I started to cast stuff off, I've cast new things on.
Excellent.
Surprising, right? I cast on for the Wanda Estelle.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I did.
I love that project bag. Is that a fat squirrel?
It is a fat squirrel with a squirrel on it.
I may have to bring you back one from Needles Up.
I don't worry, I'm sending you with a list and some money.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I started the Wanda Estelle. I've made it this far.
Nice.
So this was last week's pick of the week. It's a nice poncho with a cable on it. If you can see the theme here, the cable theme that's happening.
And just being so good about keeping this cable theme going.
At least through Rhinebeck for our cable along. So I'm just trying to find a pattern that does a picture that doesn't give away any of the hardware.
The secret sauce.
Secret sauce. So again, it's kind of dark in that picture, but there is a really nice cable that runs along this edge.
Nice. That's pretty.
So, and I've been eyeballing wanting to make this for a long time. So this is my onerous to get that done. And this is with the Jagger spun. I was Germaning it last week and got corrected on the podcast by Kelly. I called it Jäger spun because
I know. Well, I always want to do that, but yeah, they're based in Maine, so.
So I'm trucking along. So this is still available, this yarn, as a part of our pick of the week. If you have any interest in making this project, or it's a little secret, if you use that coupon code and order the yarn, even if it's not for this project, you'll get the discount.
Right.
So if you want to use the yarn,
absolutely,
check it out. It's not project specific. It's actually yarn specific on our website.
Right.
So.
Right. Exactly. So so if it's yarn that you're interested in, feel free to snag some with a little bit of a discount.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm switching over to this now on the podcast because I am at a spot where I'd have to change the needles for that one. So
gotcha.
So I won't do that.
So what do we have? Upcoming projects. I am going to be doing the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, but that doesn't start for, I think, 2.5 weeks.
So the end of September, right?
End of September. Yeah. So it's like 2.5 weeks, something like that. I can't believe we're already halfway through September. It's crazy. I can't believe it. But the weather has been so beautiful this week. It's been really nice. So yeah, and I showed last week. So if you didn't catch last week's, I showed all the colors. I'm not going to show them again because I don't actually have them with me because my bag was stuffed full this morning already. So I am going to be doing that, and so that was part of the reason that I wanted to start working on whips that have been languishing for a while. So I wouldn't feel so bad about starting something new. Yeah, but that is going to use a ton of yarn. It is going to use a ton of yarn, but it's all the yarn that I just bought for it. Yeah, there we go. Whatever. So I have an upcoming project that I put on the list, and it's very likely that I may cast on for it before next week. I am going to use the leftovers from my faded confetti to make a pint size. So Andrea Mowry put out a pint-sized faded sweater for little kids. So I'm going to make one of those, I think, for Abigail. Mm-hmm. Cute. But I'm going to reverse the color sequence. So I'm all out of the white that I used on mine. I used it all up. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that in reverse. So I'm going to start with the darkest color and work down to the lighter colors. I only have 4 out of the 5. That's totally fine. Then. But I think the not the green, but the Winterfell, I might be able to use as a bottom color in like the minty green, pinky gray. Cool.
if I need it, or I might do it anyway because it may look cool. And so it would make the sweater just different enough that it's kind of matchy-matchy, but not totally matchy-matchy.
That's cool.
So that's what I'm thinking of.
Nice. And it was funny, I was just watching the Legacy Fiber Arts podcast, and Sue was talking about how she's going to start having Winterfell be part of their neutrals collection.
Cool.
Because it is a good neutral. You can use it with
it's amazing how many different colors it will pair with.
Yeah, you can. So so that'll be great. So that's going to be something that I think she's going to have coming out here before too long.
Oh, cool. And so we probably will get that in the shop.
Yeah, we've got to do another reorder. We're down to just a few skeins of their yarn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that she's been
they're busy with
dying like crazy for needles up. So, but I might see if she's got a little bit of time, even just to squeeze in a small order and get some stuff in.
Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, I've got to do that in Peggy Jane fibers too.
Yep.
Because her yarns were really lovely too. So
yeah,
we're out of hers completely.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's what's on the horizon. Totally subject to change, though. I've been eyeballing ever since I finished my faded sweater. Was like, I could probably use these leftovers, and make something.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Well, we got to kind of speed through the end because the store's going to be opening soon.
Yeah.
So, what else do we want to talk about?
So, acquisitions. I fell off the wagon for a whole bunch of patterns, which I'm not going to show because some of them may be picks of the week
coming up. Yeah.
Lots of people had patterns on sale, and I was like, "Ooh, cool! Ooh, cool! Ooh, cool!" And then, 7 patterns later, I was like, "I don't know what just happened." My other acquisitions have to do with stitch markers.
Look at it's Hedwig. Angela got me Hedwig for my birthday.
Look at it's a narwhal.
Oh, you've got a narwhal too. Oh, he's cute. Look at I have Hedwig.
So these little progress keepers are from an Etsy store called Sugar Tots.
It's so funny because I almost got this little guy. I almost got him, and then Ange just got him for me.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Thank you. He's perfect.
Or
she. Hedwig's a she.
Hedwig's a she. But
sorry.
Anyway. So Sugar Tots, lots of really cool little progress keepers and all different kinds of animals and other fun things. So.
She's so cute.
She is cute.
Now I have my very own little Hedwig.
Yes, you do.
Nobody ever does Pigwidgeon. I really want Pigwidgeon. But Pigwidgeon didn't make it into the movie, so
that's probably why.
I think that may be why.
Oop, there's some veg matter.
But I want a wee little Pigwidgeon too.
Okay, well, I'm sure you can talk to some people.
I know. So anyway, yeah, they're adorable, and I really don't have an extensive Progress Keepers collection.
I don't really either.
Although when I go down for Needles Up, I think I'm gonna
get some Sucre.
Yeah, take a look at Sucre.
Probably gonna be on my list.
That's gonna be on your list too. Don't you worry, I'm gonna take care of baby.
I'm just gonna give you some money and be like, just buy some stuff for me. just buy stuff.
I know what she likes.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna go wrong. Just buy some stuff. Here's some cash.
That's right. I'll just buy a few different things with your money and my money, and just be like, here, you pick.
You pick. What do you want? I'll be like, awesome.
So yeah, that's acquisitions. Events that we've got coming up. We can skip that for this week if you want.
Cool.
We'll show that next week.
Some new kits.
New kits, yeah, we've got some new kits, but they're on the online store, so if you're looking for something different kits, and we'll show them next week. We've got our Rhinebeck bus, which is heading out on the 21st of October, really early in the morning. We still have some seats available, but they are filling in.
It's filling up.
$75 for your ticket, your bus ticket, your ticket into the festival, and a light breakfast.
Yep.
And we also have to go along with that is the Rhinebeck cable along. So as long as it has cables, it can be a hat, it can be a shawl, it can be a scarf, it can be a sweater, knit or crochet.
And make sure you post a picture in the finished objects thread because that's where we will be pulling prizes from.
Yep. and that's on Ravelry. That's happening on Ravelry, but we do have a hashtag. So if you want to share your progress as you're working on stuff, it's hashtag MLY Rhinebeck-along, which you can use on Instagram.
Yep.
And so that's that. We will be going to Vermont Sheep and Wool.
We'll be there Sunday.
Which is it's Saturday, September 30th, and Sunday, October 1st. Yep. We are going to be going down on Sunday. Ange and I are definitely going. I think my husband's going.
Awesome.
I think Carol might be going. I don't know if her husband's going or not too, but it's going to be.
We'll have a whole crew.
Yeah. So we're going to have a fun group going down, and we'll catch up with old friends and meet some new friends. So that'll be a lot of fun. And the only other thing that I was going to mention is some bittersweet news that we just found out. I actually found out about it last night because Fiona of Nito emailed me to let me know personally that they had decided to close their doors.
Yeah.
So they are a really lovely yarn and fabric store in Burlington on College Street. And it's a stunning store, and we had done the Worldwide Knit in Public Day with them, and we really enjoyed working with them. So for us, it's bittersweet.
Very sad to see them go.
Yeah, it's sad when any yarn store closes, but it's for Fiona wants to do other things, so it's not closing because
there's not business.
There's not business, or it wasn't doing well or anything. She's got a young son, and she wants to do other things, which we totally get. We understand that completely. It's a lot of work owning your own business, and you can get burned out pretty easily.
Yeah.
But we just want to say we're sad to see you guys go, and but we know we'll catch up with you guys along the way. The fiber community is small and a great community, and
absolutely.
And we hope to see them and catch up with them, and do some other things with them in the future. But we don't know what it holds, but we wish you guys all the best.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. With that, I think
it's time for us
we gotta open the store.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've talked on long enough now, and thank you guys again for joining us. And
if you're local, pop in and say hi to me on Thursday and Saturday.
She's gonna be here.
I will be here. And if you mention the podcast, I will give you stuff or give you a discount. So
excellent.
I don't know what it is yet, but something.
She'll figure something out.
I'll figure something out. So be like, I watched the podcast, and I'll be like, cool, I got stuff for you.
Mm-hmm. We've got some fun swag and discounts and all kinds of fun stuff.
We'll do something. I'll do something Friday and Saturday, or Friday. Jen will be here Friday. You could try that with her. It may or may not work. I will be here Thursday and Saturday. But this podcast will have already not aired. So, sorry. Come see me Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
See me Saturday. Woo!
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. Yes. And I think we're on schedule for next week. So, we'll squeeze another episode in then. So, until then.
It'll probably be really long because Kelly will have lots to tell you about.
I probably will have lots to tell you about.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be fun. So, I'll try not to blather on too long about it at all. But I might have some, finished objects, a little sheep or...
So that happens never. Me keeping us on task.
Oh, keeping us on task? Yeah. Yeah, we have a hard time with that. This episode, I felt like I was a little bit all over. So I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry for last week yanking...
Oh my God. That was the funniest episode ever.
So the staticky-ness at the end is totally my fault because I hit my microphone cable. And it spun the whole everything, and I think it loosened up the connection. So I really apologize for that, you guys.
I tried to fix it with editing, but
there's only so much you can do.
only do so much.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's better this week.
Yeah, I didn't rip the whole setup apart this week. So hopefully it's a good, enjoyable episode for you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
I lost the fuzzy thing again.
I can't screen when I do. It's actually a ways this direction.
Is it?
Yeah. So what we see is really cropped in.
Well, then they get to see more of the pretty yarn.
Yes, the beautiful local yarn behind us.
All right, I'm gonna pull all this crap out of here.
Is my phone on vibrate? Yes, because that would be just like. And I need my water. We're awesome today. We are awesome.
Super duper awesome,
Whoop.
man.
Woot, 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 woot. I don't know what my hair is doing. I seriously need a haircut.
I got my hair cut and colored yesterday.
I'm not cutting any of this out, just so you know. It's going in the outtake.
All of it? It's going to be lots of it.
Angela and Kelly preening.
I know. My hair is actually not too bad today. So I get those birch boxes.
Yeah.
And I get all the little samples.
Yeah.
And they've had some really good stuff
Is that
in them
cool?
lately. Like, I love everything in my box this month.
Mm.
And then I go and I buy the full size, which is what they want me to do.
Yeah, which is why they send you the samples.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, you've got show notes.
I got show notes here. I'll move them over here so we can actually see them. Okay. There we go.
Oh, wait. Did I not read this correctly? Then switch to larger needles. Oh, okay. All right, good. I started with the right one. Really?
No!
What?
All right. I think I got all my crap together. I haven't really been doing a whole lot because,
Well, you have been, just not knitting stuff, right?
I know.
Been doing other things.
I know. The class stuff, I'm glad that's done
Yeah.
because that's always a
Except for mine.
wave
I'm
on my...
the weak link here.
It's okay.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay.